When you think of Billy Graham, you probably picture packed stadiums, heartfelt sermons, and millions of lives changed. But behind the pulpit, Billy was also a family man, a father to 5 children who each grew up in the shadow of one of the most famous evangelists of the 20th century. And let me tell you, while they share the Graham name, their journeys have been as unique and colorful as a stained glass window. So, settle in as we walk through the fascinating lives, marriages, ministries, and yes, those little personal details of Gigi and Ruth, Franklin, and Ned Graham. First up, Virginia Gigi Graham. Born in 1945, Gigi is the eldest of the Graham siblings, and the one who paved the way for the rest. Growing up, she saw firsthand what it meant to live in the glare of public attention. Her education was rooted in Christian schooling, and she later attended Mary Baldwin College. But Gigi's real impact has been through her writing and speaking. She's penned books like A Quiet Knowing and Weather of the Heart, weaving personal stories with faith lessons. Gigi married twice, first to Dr. Stephan Tchividjian, with whom she had 7 children, and later to Jim Wilson. Her first marriage ended in divorce, but her children have carried on the family's legacy, with one son, Stephan Tchividjian Jr., becoming a well-known pastor in Florida. Gigi is warm, approachable, and known for her down-to-earth humor, the kind of person who can talk about God's grace while laughing about burnt biscuits in the same breath. Then we have Graham Lotz, born in 1948. If Gigi is the quiet storyteller, and is the fiery communicator, often called the best preacher in the family by her father himself, and has spent decades teaching the Bible with a passion that commands attention. She founded Angel Ministries and has authored bestsellers like Just Give Me Jesus, and married Dr. Daniel Lotz in 1966, and they shared 49 years together until his passing in 2015. Together they had 3 children and today and is also a grandmother. Her life hasn't been free from hardship. She has publicly shared her battles with cancer and widowhood, but her resilience is inspiring. She's the kind of speaker who doesn't just quote scripture, she makes you feel it in your bones. Now Ruth Graham, not to be confused with her mother, Ruth Bell Graham. Born in 1950, she has a voice and personality that are as distinctive as her trademark curly hair. Ruth is a gifted author and speaker, often addressing the messy realities of faith, family, and forgiveness. She founded Ruth Graham and Friends, a ministry that emphasizes God's grace for those who have been wounded by life or the church. Ruth has been married and divorced 3 times, something she has openly discussed, turning her pain into a platform for helping others. She is refreshingly honest, the kind of person who admits she's a work in progress, even while standing on stage at a Christian conference. Her candor makes her relatable to those who've faced brokenness and are still standing. And then there's William Franklin Graham III, better known to the world as Franklin Graham. Born in 1952, Franklin is the most publicly recognized of the siblings today. He's the president and CEO of both the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association and Samaritan's Purse, a global Christian relief organization. But Franklin's story isn't one of a perfect saint. In his younger years he was the rebellious son, the one who strayed from his faith before making a dramatic turn back to God in his early 20s. Franklin married Jane Austen Cunningham in 1974, and together they have 4 children, including Will Graham, who now preaches just like his grandfather. Whether he's delivering sermons, leading disaster relief efforts, or making bold political statements that spark headlines, Franklin lives in the public eye. Love him or question him, there's no denying he's a powerhouse of conviction and energy. Last but not least, Nelson Ned Graham, born in 1958, the youngest of the 5. Ned grew up in the same whirlwind of ministry but often took a quieter path. He married Carolyn Graham, and they have 2 children. Ned served as the president of Eastgates Ministries International, an organization that delivers Bibles and trains pastors in China. His work is more behind the scenes compared to Franklin's high-profile ministry, but it has made a global impact. Ned has faced personal challenges too. His first marriage ended in divorce and he has been open about times of personal struggle. But like his siblings, Ned's life reflects a deep commitment to faith and service. What's striking about the Graham siblings is that while they've all worked in ministry or faith-based service in some capacity, none of them have been carbon copies of their father. Each one has carved out a niche: Gigi the storyteller and the Bible teacher, Ruth the honest encourager, Franklin the bold leader, and Ned the quiet bridge builder to the nations. And of course the family gatherings, just imagine the table talk. Sermon ideas flying across the mashed potatoes, debates over scripture interpretation in between passing the gravy. But also, moments of laughter, teasing, and those treasured memories of their parents. Even now, years after Billy and Ruth Bell Graham's passing, The children carry that legacy in their own distinct ways. So what do you think? Does having a famous last name make the road easier, or does it come with heavier expectations? If you were a Graham, would you follow in the pulpit footsteps or strike out on a completely different path? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you've enjoyed this peek into the personal lives behind a public ministry, hit that like button and share this with someone who remembers Billy Graham's crusades. Because in the end, this isn't just the story of Billy Graham's children. It's a reminder that faith, family, and legacy are shaped not by one man alone, but by the many lives intertwined with his. And the Graham story? Well, it's still being written.